Eagles, hawks, harriers, these are just some of the birds of prey currently present in the United Kingdom. These majestic creatures with hooked beaks and penetrating gazes have populated Britain's skies for thousands of centuries. However, they are now being threatened by illegal acts of persecution. As highlighted by the 2017 Bird Crime Report, the number of recorded shootings rose from 26 in 2012 to 40 in 2017. The majority of these incidents were committed by gamekeepers trying to stop raptors from preying on wild game.
There's rarely good news when you're investigating bird crimes. So, day in and day out we're hearing of shot buzzards, poisoned peregrines, trapped goshawks. It can be pretty grim. The hen harrier in England is on the verge of extinction. So only 3 years ago we were down to just 3 breeding pairs. Last year there was 9 breeding pairs. So that's the bird of the most conservation significance in terms of birds of prey.
One of the latest incidents involved a tagged hen harrier.
So River is the 10th hen harrier that we've tagged since last summer that has now gone missing. This is incredibly statistically strong, this. And the tags are worth £4,000 or £5,000. These are not tags that fail. And we don't know what's happened to River. Suddenly the bird is working, we know exactly where it is, and then the next day the bird is gone. They're occurring near or on driven grouse moors. So something is happening on driven grouse moors to these birds. We've had a number of hen harriers that have been tagged and we found dead on driven grouse moors, including birds that have been shot. So it's very clear to us that the suspicion lies with persecution. It's only occurring in these habitats. And it's just a terrible situation.
The number of convictions for bird of prey persecution is incredibly low. In 2017, although over 60 incidents were confirmed, just 1 person was convicted.
Some estates will tolerate birds of prey, other estates will not tolerate them at all, and they're employing gamekeepers solely to remove birds of prey. And what we want is just the law to be upheld. If you are instructed to kill birds of prey, don't do it.
Recently, one of the most authoritative magazines in the shooting world, The Shooting Times, publicly condemned these barbarous crimes.
There was a time when killing raptors was legal and it was then made illegal, but it's taken a long time for the cultural change to completely come about. So there's a sort of small group of keepers who maybe think in a traditional old school way and believe that predators on the estate or predators on the shoot are incompatible with field sports. I think I'm pleased that those attitudes seem to be dying out pretty rapidly.
Patrick believes there may be a simple solution to raptor persecution.
If you've got hen harriers breeding on an estate, which a lot of shoots have and are lucky to have and enjoy having, if you set up diversionary feeding platforms so that those birds are full up and they don't need to then predate on your grouse numbers, then that's a great way to do things.
Mark and Patrick concur that a series of legal actions should be implemented in order to stop the trend.
We want better enforcement, but the main thing we want is a licensing system for grouse moors. If you own a grouse moor, you have a license. If you or your gamekeepers commit crimes on that moor, you could potentially lose that license, which will mean you will not be able to shoot for a set period of time. That would really focus the minds of people that are orchestrating the killing at the moment.
The person who owns the estate and runs the estate should be held accountable, and not just the gamekeeper who carries out those acts.